Stewardship moment this morning, I'd like to share with you two observations that I have made during this pandemic period, which caused me to change how I feel and feel the importance of Ridgely Christian Church in my life. It all started, of course, in March when the church was locked down. But we only locked down the church building and being face-to-face with individuals in the church. We did not lock down Ridgely Christian Church. Consider for a moment. We still have worship service, exactly the same elements and exactly the same order that we had before. We have worship and wonder. We have the youth group working together. We have 2 Sunday school classes that are meeting. We have all the committees operating as they are supposed to operate. We've got board meetings. We have had special events, music, the Allison Lanza interview series that she had. All these things we've kept going. So here we are today with Ridgely Christian Church, a functioning virtual church as best it can be. And by the way, at this point, I would like to compliment our wonderful staff for the hard work that they've done, both innovative and creative, and each week is maybe something a little different. Isn't that wonderful? They have done such a great job. However, having said all that, I have to tell you that I miss so many things. For example, I miss worship service in our sanctuary. I miss, in the children's sermon, I miss having the children up there during the children's sermon. What's a children's sermon without the children? Oh, and I miss our choir. Do I ever miss our choir? Those of you who belong to one of our Sunday school classes, do you miss going to a real Sunday school class, interfacing with all your friends? If you happen to be a member of our choir, do you miss going to Thursday night choir practice? I know Lavonda does. And then Sunday morning coming and singing wonderfully in service and being a very important part of our worship service? You bet. I bet the little kids miss real world face-to-face worship and wonder. And the youth group, I know they miss the normal situation that they wonderfully have at this church. For example, I also miss very much the fact that we didn't have a funeral service in our sanctuary for Gene Spriggs, for Jim Cadell, for Paul Aikman. All of these things I miss. On a personal note, I miss very much coming here early on Sunday morning, sitting in the foyer with Sue and talking, catching up on what's going on. I miss jumping up and going to the front door and opening it for all my friends, Walter Knapp, Bill and Christy Toch. I miss fellowship hour. I miss all the food and fellowship that we have at the wonderful dinners that our Membership Development Committee prepares for us. All these things. And the list goes on, and you have your own list. But here's the point. We had all these things prior to the pandemic lockdown. They were always here. As a matter of fact, I have to confess, I probably took them for granted. But because I don't have them anymore, I don't take them for granted anymore. And so what I'm doing now is adding them to my long list of things for which Ridgely Christian Church is important in my life. Oh, I am so glad that I'm a member of Ridgely Christian Church. And I know you are too. So let's remember that. Let's remember that as we come up on Stewardship Sunday and offering our commitment to support this church in the coming year.